Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Yeezy back with another video. This video is gonna be kind of different. I'm here trying to learn like the basic knowledge of Space Marines lore. You feel me? Just because it's like right around the corner, and I kind of want to get like a, like I said, basic understanding of the game before I play too. So thank you to all my subscribers and viewers that sent me to this guy. His name is Kirk Duck. I promise you I butchered his name. So shout out to his channel, stuff like that. Don't go show the channel, go show this video some love. You feel me? Like, subscribe, stuff like that. So let's get to the video.
Hi friends, with the new Space Marine game on the horizon, I'd figured it would be fun to go over the events of the first game, as well as some other things in order to prepare for the long-awaited sequel. But before we actually start, it should be noted that it's a bit contentious if the lore of the game is actually canon with the quote-unquote real 40k lore, since some things do contradict the actual lore. However, the game's really fun, so who really cares that much?
There's
Plus,
real
the biggest
40k
lore crime
lore.
is how weak they made the plasma pistol and bolter feel. But you know what? After 13 years, let's revisit the events of the first Space Marine game and get hyped for the sequel.
God damn,
The
he just
events of
called
the
me
game
old.
are known as the Grimskull War, and it was a massive orc invasion of the Forge World of Graia. If you don't know, Forge Worlds are basically just entire planets dedicated to manufacturing weapons, equipment, or whatever the Imperium might need. Graia is a prolific Forge World in the Segmentum Tempestus that primarily manufactured weapons. Notably, it has some Titan manufactorums. Another notable thing about Graia that I need to
So let me backtrack. This dude was listening to that. So they had certain planets for just manufacturing armor and stuff like that. I gotta run that back actually.
are known as the Grimskull War, and it was a massive orc
Grimskull.
invasion of the Forge World of Graia. If you don't know, Forge Worlds are basically just entire planets dedicated to manufacturing
Okay.
weapons, equipment, or whatever the Imperium might need. Graia is a prolific Forge World in the Segmentum Tempestus that primarily manufactured weapons.
Don't know what's
Notably, it has some Titan manufactorums. Another notable thing about Graia that I need to add
Okay,
before
I've seen the
getting into the
Titan
events
ones
of the
before.
game is that a little fella named Inquisitor Drogon,
Never heard of
Drogon
them.
these nuts, am I right? Came
Yo,
to the world in order to work on a weapon called the Psychic Scourge. This handy little device was able to target specific species by tracking their warp signatures, and then it would blast their organs like a Nacho Bel Grande.
wait, what? What's a warp signature? Do I need to look that up? I'm gonna look that up real fast, actually. In Warhammer 40K, a warp signature is a sign of the presence of a warp gate in real space. Okay, that still didn't answer my question. So how did that track people then? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna just go back to the video. That seemed like another rabbit hole I'm finna get into.
In his testing, Drogon was able to get the device to work on many xenospecies, including the orcs, Tau, Tyranids, and a few others. During the device's development, orc war boss Grimskull invaded Graia with the massive orc.
I heard about the orcs. I heard the orcs are I can't talk. I heard the orcs' powers are busted, but they're just dumb.
Wah! Grimskull was after a large amount of weapons, Daka, that the planet produced, one such weapon being the Titan Invictus. Upon arrival, instead of destroying the orbital defense guns and manufactorums like orcs usually do, Grimskull's boys prioritized capturing these assets, demonstrating that Grimskull was no dim skull. You see, Grimskull was smarter than the average orc with a above average noggin in that grim skull of his. In response to Grimskull's Wah! Graia sent out a distress call to Imperial forces, and since the world was so important, many
Okay.
answered, including the famed Ultramarines. However, the first to heed the call was the Cadian 203rd. Since the orcs had control of the orbital defense systems, only one guard unit was able to make it planetside, and they were left without reinforcements. Without support, their numbers were thin as the battle waged on. Of the casualties was a guard colonel, leaving only 2nd Lieutenant Mira to take command of the 203rd. Luckily for the Cadians, the greatest dudes in
Okay.
the entire world, the Ultramarines, arrived not too long after. Even better, they're led by a named Ultramarine, Captain Demetrian Titus of the 2nd Company. I bet you didn't know his first name was Demetrian, did ya?
I didn't know his name
Titus
at
made
all.
planetfall with his homies Sergeant Sidonus and infamous wet blanket loser Leandros. Their Thunderhawk was damaged on the way down, but luckily for them, Titus played the ancient simulation, Halo 3, and he knew about Master
So Titus is the guy on the cover, right? Just somebody tell me in the comment section if I'm wrong.
Chief's
I think I'm
orbital
following along
jump.
pretty well.
He said, "Yeah, that was pretty badass. Let's do it." The three got jump packs and jumped to the surface, leading to an awesome opening scene. Lamo Leandros, of course, objected. Titus coincidentally landed on Grimskull's personal ship, and he single-handedly took it down by turning its own AA guns on itself. Stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself.
Mhm.
Shortly upon landing, or should I say crashing, Titus met up with Leandros, and Leandros had a little whiny bitch fit because he got a boo-boo from the little jump pack stunt. Captain Titus, the Codex Extaris reprimands blindly jumping out of an airplane with a jump pack. And for good reason, too. I got an ouchie. Why would you make me
You
do
making this
such a
seem
thing?
like a
Leandros, we did it because it was fucking rad. You should really try growing a pair, dude.
yo.
Eventually, Titus and Lame Andros rendezvous with Sidonis and discover Lieutenant Mira's remnant guard force. Due to her leadership, the few hundred guardsmen were able to hold back the millions of orcs for about 2 weeks without any
Millions of
reinforcements.
orcs?
After Mira explained her situation, Titus and
Wait,
friends went to retake
what?
the
Go back. The normal soldiers are busted. They held back millions of orcs with this hundreds of men? What?
Due to her
Did I hear that
leadership,
right?
the few hundred guardsmen were able to hold back the millions of orcs for about 2 weeks without any
Few
reinforcements.
hundreds versus millions.
After
Cool.
Mira explained her situation, Titus and friends went to retake the orbital defense cannon so that the reinforcements could once again aid the withering Imperials. After cutting through a swath of orcs, the Blue Bessies retook the orbital gun, and by retake, I mean blew it to high heaven with some melted
Nah,
charges.
bro.
This allowed some more Imperial reinforcements to make their way planetside. Afterwards, the Marines plan to liberate any surviving Titans before the orcs get their
Wait, so oh my god, these space marines are busted. So you telling me they just 1v all the planet just now? Oh my god, bro. So the first game seems kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. So far I'm following along real well. It was like I think for what I get so far is that the first game is pretty much them taking back this planet from the orc Grimskull or whatever. Hence why they call it the Grimskull world, right? So now he's just telling me, how they got through the game and stuff right now. And I forgot the lady's name already. Oh my god. The vice captain was holding them off until the Space Marines could get. She was holding them off till the Space Marines could come and help them, or whatever. Or I don't even know. I think she thought that nobody was coming. She was just boxing these niggas. I don't even know.
grubby green grippers on them. On the way there, they met a little servo skull belonging to Inquisitor Drogon. This dude never grew out of his emo face and was in desperate need of help from the Marines and a talented barber.
Wait, he's alive?
After even more fighting, the Blueberry Bunch found Drogon and learned of a powerful power source that powered the Manufactorum. Drogon informed them how urgent it was that the orcs did not get access to this. The power source is notable because it has an extreme output given its small size, proving size truly doesn't matter. The device was able to achieve these crazy-ass outputs because it channeled energy from the warp. So then Titus went to the Manufactorum's generator to retrieve the power source. It was here where he met Grimskull for the second time. And just like how your brother decides he wants something only because you want it, Grimskull declared himself a material girl as he now wanted that power source, aka that sparkly thing, for himself. Then, again, much like you and your brother fighting over a shiny new toy, Grimskull ended up collapsing the entire generator room in his efforts to get the cool sparkly thing.
What?
The collapse separated Captain Titty from his boys, but he successfully secured the power source.
Okay.
Topside, things got even more dire for the Imperials as their void blockade was broken by the Orc forces, and even more greenskins dropped planetside. Upon reuniting with the Inquisitor, Drogon explained how Titus should not have been able to handle the unshielded power source since it emanates wacko levels of warp energy, and should theoretically kill anyone who handles it. Psst, this is something called foreshadowing. The Inquisitor also finally revealed his super secret research project to the Space Marines as the Warp Scourge was Grai's only shot at repelling the ever-increasing Orc forces. So once again, they set off to the next level, I mean building, so that they could connect the power source to the Scourge and eliminate the Orc menace. Yes, I have a massive weapon that will blow the Orcs' minds. Yes, the Orcs love weapons. I'm sure they'll be quite impressed with such a thing. No, I mean literally blow their minds. Oh. Does the Codex Astartes support this action? The Ultra Bessies fought their way to Drogon's lab and inserted the power source into the weapon's generator. But the Orcs had damaged some of the conduits, and the Marines needed to realign them for some more epic gameplay. Once realigned, the Psychic Scourge began to power up and it fired towards Grai's orbital spire. As the Scourge's beam hit the spire, Grimskull arrived in his ship. He began to attack the Marines when the shockwave from the blast hit and knocked everyone to the ground. To Titus's dismay, the Orcs' minds were in fact not blown, and they were just a bit dazed. Then, as Team Titus prepared to face Gang Grimskull, a chaos portal suddenly opened and a host of bloodletters swarmed out.
What
killed
the word
Orcs,
is
and pushed
bloodletters?
Grimskull off a ledge. From the portal emerged Chaos Lord Nemeroth, and he was met with Inquisitor Drogon. It was then revealed that the Blue Bessies were tricked, bamboozled, and some would even say hoodwinked. They learned that
What?
Nemeroth sent a demon to possess the wounded Inquisitor, and with the help of the unwitting Space Marines, Puppet Drogon recalibrated the Psychic Scourge. Instead of killing all the orcs as promised, the Scourge was set to channel warp energies into opening a Chaos Portal via the Orbital Spire.
Oh
There was a dude inside of you.
my
Never
god.
trust the Inquisition. Nemeroth does a classic villain monologue telling Team Titus how they're a bunch of dumb stupid heads and they played right into my plan.
They got
He attempts
bamboozled.
to kill the captain and he remarks how Titus is resistant to his touch. No worries, Nemeroth. I too have found that Titus are resistant to my touch. But then, suddenly, Grimskull climbs back up from the abyss and he attacks the Chaos Lord. After a little tussle with
What's
the
going
muscle,
on?
Grimskull and Nemeroth pull Acadia and they fall off a cliff.
What?
And it should be noted that Grimskull fell down the same exact cliff he just climbed up. Like, just imagine you're Grimskull. You go to fight some Beaky, then some weird purple blast knocks you over. No big deal. Didn't even hurt. Just a little fall. You get up to kill him once more. Then some random ass portal opens.
orcs are
Some
busted.
demons kill your buddies. They jump you. They push you off like a 300
He
foot cliff or
survived the
something.
3
I don't know.
demons.
But okay, whatever. You're the toughest. You're the baddest. You King Kong climb up the cliff like a freaking champion to get your sparkly thing. You finally get up there. Some nerd is talking to your Marine. He's about to steal your kill. So you punch him in the face, and then, just your luck, after a little scuffle, you fall down the same exact cliff. It was not his day. So then, after a little altercation, the Marines regroup and reclaim the power source.
What?
Team Titus decides that the only way to ward off the chaos invasion that they caused and prevent the warp portal from growing catastrophically large was to use the power source to supercharge the Titan Invictus in order to Jenga the Spire and collapse the growing warp portal. They reunited with Lieutenant Mira, and the Cadians and Marines made their way towards Invictus. But they
Lieutenant
got
Mira, that's her
surrounded on
name.
all sides by orc and demon forces. So the
What?
Cadians were forced to fall back to Bastion Primus in order to regroup. Once again separated from his crew, Titus made his way to the Manufactorum. On the way there, he was ambushed by Boss Grimskull and they had an epic boss fight.
He beat him.
Unfortunately for the little green guy, things began to look grim for the war boss as Titus shot him in the skull. R.I.P. Grimskull. You were the realest one there ever was, and you always put a grin on my skull. Does that make sense? I don't know. Whatever. Orc logic. With Grimskull dead, so the orc forces lost coherency and were unable to make any coordinated attacks. With the greenskins crippled, Lieutenant Mira was able to retake the area.
Yo, Lieutenant
As
Mira's
always, the
OD,
Marines
bro.
fought their way through the hordes of enemies, got to the Manufactorum, activated the super weapon, etc., etc. You know the drill by now. With the power
Other
source
guys gonna be popping
supercharging the
up.
Titan's volcano cannon, it was able to destroy the spire in a single blast
Oh.
and close the warp
He
gate,
didn't pop
stranding
up.
Nemeroth and his chaos forces on Graia. Soon after
Nemeroth.
the portal was severed, the rest of the Imperial Liberation Fleet made its way to Graia and deployed reinforcements. The Blood Ravens, Black Templars, Ultramarines, and Guardsmen led a massive counter-assault on the remaining Chaos holdout in the Spire. Titus wanted to go a bit nuts on the Chaos forces, so he gave Sidonus the power source to bring back to the chapter. However, Sidonus didn't get too far before Nemeroth.
Wait. Oh, Nemeroth's back. Oh my god. So you telling me my main character, him chose to go fight off the demons just because he wanted to, just because he wanted his get back. You know, I respect it. But bro, the fact that he passed off the power source to the old homie, then he got caught up by Nemeroth is crazy, bro.
Sidonus the power source to bring back to the chapter. However, Sidonus didn't get too far before Nemeroth came through a portal, murdered the sergeant, and took
He
the power source
died!
for himself. No, it should have been Leandros. Ah! With the power source, Nemeroth could ascend to demonhood and would be near unstoppable to the Imperial forces on Graia. After some monologuing, Nemeroth revealed that Titus is special in the way that he could resist Nemeroth's chaotic powers.
What?
And here, so, with Sidonus dead and Nemeroth ascending to demonhood, Titus set out to kill Nemeroth once and for all. After a little Thunderhawk ride, Titus caught the Chaos Lord as he was turning into a
My
prince.
boy Sidonus,
No, not
this
that one.
got
A
cooked.
demon prince. Then,
Whoa.
the absolute mad lad Titus fought the demon prince with just a chain sword, bolt pistol, and his can-do attitude. He charged the demon prince, sending both of them flying off a cliff.
What's up with this cliff? Yo, this cliff got more bodies than Truckcoon right now. Like, what's going on? But back to what I was about to say before. My man is boxing a demon prince with a pistol and a sword with chainsaw attachments on it, bro. Nah, bro. These Space Marines are built different, bro.
attitude. He charged the Demon Prince, sending both of them flying off a cliff. Is this game Tekken or something? What is with it in its obsession with falling off
I don't
cliffs?
even know, bro.
After beating the shit out of Nemroth
They're
for like
boxing
5
while
minutes
falling.
straight, this lunatic Titus rips the Demon Prince's head off with his bare hands, tears the power source apart, and probably breaks like half of his fused ribs when he lands in a Thunderhawk. In the Thunderhawk, Mira remarks how she now sees that Ultramarines are human after all. Which, second tangent, Mira, when exactly did it strike you that Titus was a human after all? Was it when he ripped a Demon Prince's head off with his bare hands?
That's what I'm saying.
Or was it maybe when he pretty much single-handedly killed an entire army? Or maybe it was when he landed from like a mile-long fall with relatively minor injuries? When was
Bro, my man is ridiculously strong, bro. Are all the Space Marines this busted, or is it just this nigga, bro? Somebody let me know in the comments. But like, they all gotta be this busted. I'm not gonna lie to you. They all gotta be this crazy, bro. My man ripped off a Demon Prince's head, bro. He's 1v1,000,000, bro. Like, hordes of orcs are dying at his feet. Not just orcs, demons too. He went to spin the block back on some demons just cause he got bamboozled. Then we're not gonna do this. Is not even like crazy right now, bro. He survived a Master Chief fall. Cool. At this point, this is the lowest thing on the list for me right now. I'm not gonna lie.
it? And I know she means like seeing a demigod injured shows that they're still mortal, but Titus is an insane crazy man. Then, to spoil Titus's sweet victory, the Inquisition arrives with the Templars and fucking Leandros. Turns out that lame Andros tattled on Titus and believes him to be warp tainted. Titus submits to the Inquisition in order to protect Mira and her forces, and it left us with the 13.
No wonder he hate that nigga so much. He's a op. Oh my god.
Cliffhanger. Again with the damn cliffs. But luckily for us, Bolt Gun and community articles have filled in some of the gaps between Space Marine and its sequel. In between the two games, Titus was tested.
Wait, the game leaves right there? Nah, bro. Nah. Oh my god, bro. If I was playing that, I would have had to look up the lore, bro. Yo, Warhammer's lore is crazy. What the world?
Community articles have filled in some of the gaps between Space Marine and its sequel. In between the two games, Titus was tested and tortured by Inquisitor Thrax. Even though every single test proved that Titus was clean as a whistle, the torture lasted nearly a century until the Inquisitor was killed for being chaos corrupted. After being freed, Titus was evaluated.
Oh, so and I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. After the dude just snitched, bro. I forgot his name, bro. What was his name? Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm straight after him, bro. He just opt me out to somebody who was corrupted. And he not framed, but like not. Yeah, you can just call it framing. Yo, he framed me for being corrupted. Nah, yeah, I need my fade now.
Evaluated once again, and after being deemed loyal for like the millionth time, he served in the Death Watch. On an operation, he was mortally wounded, but luckily, Chief Librarian Tigerius of the Ultramarine chapter sensed Titus's soul, once again disproving the blank theory. The librarian found Titus, rescued him, and made him into a Primaris Marine in order to save him from his injuries. Titus was finally reunited with his home chapter and given the rank of second lieutenant, just like his old guard bestie Mira. And with that, those were the events of the Space Marine game, and everything that you need to know before playing Space Marine 2. It's a somewhat basic story, but it's really a super fun game that holds up today. My only real complaint with it would be that some of the weapons feel just like a teensy bit weaker than I feel that they should, but it makes sense from a gameplay perspective.
Nah, bro. At this point, bro. No, W lore video, bro. W lore video. Again, shout out to all my viewers and subscribers that pointed me to this guy, bro. Yo, okay. I guess I think I can get the basic understanding of Space Marines, and I felt a little bit more confident going into Space Marines 2. I'm gonna look at more lore videos, you know, by myself and keep watching this guy's videos. But if y'all like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, bro. And yo, this was mad fun. I might gotta do another one.